ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಹಾಗೂ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹಕ್ಕೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. We request you all to please proceed towards the auditorium. I would now invite our respected principal, Ms. Laura Chandler, to extend a warm welcome to our honorable guests.
Good morning, everyone. Children, please sit down. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. I am honored to get this opportunity to welcome all of you to this occasion. I thank each one of you for being here with us today. Certainly, Ranthiruvalla, Honorable Education Minister of School Education and Literacy, Sanmani Shri B.C. Nagesh Garu, a warm welcome to our Chairman, Dr. Sandhu, other dignitaries present here, parents, teachers, students, well-wishers, and friends. Actually, we are gathered here for the inauguration of the Innovation and Design Thinking Studio and the launch of Junior CEO of Bangalore Group. This is an initiative directed towards implementing our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's mission on building a strong innovation and startup ecosystem in India. It's our honor to have B.C. Nagesh be with us to emphasize on quality education. He has said that organizations must come forward to improve the infrastructure of schools to further their development. We must celebrate, facilitate, innovate, one, and make the youth finally. It is a matter of pride that my students will get to learn creativity, design thinking, innovation as part of their holistic development to this school. ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನೀಡಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ನನಗೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ. FOC Polo said, there is no doubt that creativity is the most important resource of all. Without creativity, there will be no progress, and we will be forever repeating the same patterns. So request each and every student to utilize this opportunity. Once again, I have to welcome to all of you. Thank you. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಹಾಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your warm and positive words. We will now have the presidential address. Dr. Sandhu is an erudite and a learned individual who has achieved great milestones in the field of education, technology, and finance. So, is an exemplary visionary who believes in building the next generation educational institutions to support and enhance innovative and creative thinking and to give back to society in the most constructive and promising ways. I now request her to please request the captain. So thank you.
Honorable Minister for School Education from State of Karnataka, Mr. Nagesh Ji, who's here on the stage with us, our principals and the DO from our region, and our patron, Mr. Munir, and parents here, and the children here. It's a fantastic day. I think this is one of the biggest occasions we have so far since we started managing the school. To give a brief to the minister, we are an educational group primarily based out of Tamil Nadu, but now we have operations obviously in Bangalore, and we have some development, education development in Assam as well. In Assam also we are doing some skill training and other educational activities. And we are also looking at other states. So we are a 50-year-old group based out of Coimbatore. We are celebrating our Golden Jubilee this year. So in order to spread our wings, with whatever knowledge we have gained in the last 50 years, we decided to expand across the state, across the country. We are one among the top 100 institutions in the country based in Coimbatore. So we have a great repute in our core location. And in the learning there, we have learned that innovation, design thinking, and skills is the core thing which we have to impart to the children. More than the classroom teaching, we have a full range of education from pre-KG to PhD in some of our locations. But then our realization is that for the children to succeed, innovation, design thinking, and skills is the core. The national education policy also emphasizes on that now. National education policy is designed so that children are made to learn the design thinking, innovation, and skills. We learn the intellects in the country knew that that's what is going to transition our children to the future. India, as we all know, has a very big demographic dividend. If the children here are all trained well, educated well, we are a superpower for sure in the next couple of decades. As you all know, we are the biggest population in the entire world. So if the children are transformed to have the knowledge in terms of design thinking, innovation, and the skills, we are a superpower. So what we thought that wherever we go, we need to build this innovation, incubation, and design thinking as the core of our learning. And based on that, we have designed a lab, we have designed a curriculum, and that's what we are implementing in all the locations. As soon as I met the minister and mentioned that this is the agenda, that we are opening the innovation and design thinking lab, he was particularly keen. He said that, okay, I will come and open it up. And he wanted us to support the entire region, including government school children. We said, yes, sir, we can help them out as well. And then he said he is ready to open it. I thank him very much for accepting the invite and being here. Understanding the importance of innovation and design thinking learning, he agreed immediately. I don't have a very big acquaintance with him. I only based on the subject, I went and pitched with him and he agreed because it is a very important area for the children. Let it be a great start. We have opened it with a divine hand and let this go a big way in educating our children and the children in the region for design thinking and innovation. Just a small brief of what is design thinking, because that's a very complex word. That's why I wanted to explain to the parents and the children here. Design thinking is a very simple concept where children are made to think, to find solutions for the problems they face. Not only they face, generally, suppose somebody is seeing water leaking on the road, public water leaking on the road. The child should start thinking how to resolve the problem, not in the public manner, how to technologically, innovatively find some means to find the solution. For example, your water is overflowing in your tank at the house. You can think of devices or think of mechanisms, think of way of life to avoid it. So, making the children think for solutions for all kinds of problems they face every day is what is design thinking. And then technology comes into play in that. How to solve it? When you start thinking, technology will come into play. So that's where all this design thinking lab comes into picture. Innovation is how you apply the design thinking to solve a problem is what is innovation. So this is basically a way of thinking for the children, and I think we are doing less. For example, the country like Finland, they are doing fantastic job in those kind of education. They reduce the bookish learning and give a lot of importance to this kind of practical. It's not about technology. Please don't get misled by that. It's about the way of thinking of solutions for problems. That's what it is. There are countries which are better in this. So we have taken those leaves from there. We have taken the learning from our Coimbatore campus, and then we are spreading the wings all around. Once again, thank all the parents, children, and particularly the minister for joining this occasion, which is a grand day for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging and inspiring words. That was very thought-provoking. Take the change you want to see in the world. As they say, we request our honorable chief guest, Srimati Ramesh and our chairman of the Senate, to please launch the Junior CEO Conference.
Namaskaram. I am pleased to be here on this occasion when Dr. Madan called me to inaugurate a innovative lab. I came a bit late because of the traffic problem. But by seeing the way the students in the lab, really I'm pleased to see that. As Dr. Madan said, the whole concept of NEP, National Education Policy, which has to be brought in the country, it says that the total education should be student-centric. As you know, that Macaulay education was also an educational system which had concentrated only to develop employees, workers who work according to the direction of the bosses. But after 75 years, we thought that we should try to implement the best practices of the country, which was time-tested for thousands of years. It was not time-tested for few years, like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. But it was time-tested for more than 6,000-7,000 years, which we are now coming to know by the many researchers. As we know that this is the only country which has survived for more than 7,000-8,000 years with the same thinking, with a cultural background, and with a purpose. We clearly said that education is for knowledge. Vivekananda ji defined that the end of education is culture. The purpose of education to see that everyone lives without fear. But unfortunately, the present system of education is creating fear among them, among us. After taking 2 PhD, 3 PhD, we go before someone begging for some work. We doesn't have our confidence among ourselves, which we see the people who doesn't have any education, but they have their own confidence. They are not ready to go before anyone and ask for something. So clearly Vivekananda ji also tells that education is the manifestation of perfection which is already present in man. Means education, the purpose of education is to bring out what best is in the child and to make it perfect. That is what we lacked for many years. Now NEP is replacing this, and when task force with headed by Kasturi Ranganji, the first meeting where our Honorable Prime Minister addressed them, he said that the new education policy should be student-centric. We should give the opportunity for every child to develop innovate whatever the child wants to be and lead a happy and respected life in the future. So, government is trying hard to see that exponential learning should be there in future. So, as Dr. Madanji said that Government of India helped to set up a lab in Coimbatore. Coimbatore?
Yes, sir. Lab in Coimbatore, now we have.
In Coimbatore, after that lab, Goldenbee has set a very good lab here. All the students are fortunate to have such lab in a school. And every student has been allowed to do experiments and to think in a different way. As you all heard of Abdul Kalam ji, Dr. Abdul Kalam, how the scientific such thinking can help the total society. As you know that when Dr. Abdul Kalam became the president of the country, some press people asked them, which was the happiest day in your life? And they actually, press people had thought that Abdul Kalam may say that the day when he became the president of India, that may be his best and happiest day. But Abdul Kalam ji did not say that. He explained the other thing. When he was a scientist in Bangalore, he was taken to some handicapped school. There, the principal explained him that how the children are suffering, particularly who doesn't have legs or hands, who has been fitted with artificial legs and such equipment, are suffering to walk. Because before that, total equipment was manufactured by iron. So the total weight of that was so much that the child was suffering to carry that weight, because basically it had difficulties. With that difficulty, it had to carry that weight also. So that principal asked, can you do something for these children? Immediately he took the team. He was with that handicapped children for few days. Then he thought of doing something for them. He came to the lab. He started thinking which may be the lightest material and which has strength. Then he thought of aeroplane material, as you know that, which will be the very light. And he manufactured an equipment after that. And then he himself went to that child. He fitted that equipment to the child, and that child started running. Then he said that was the happiest day for me. Means that is the way we should think. It is not for ourselves we should think. To create happiness among many people of the country, we should do many things in future. So this lab will create such mentality among all of you. Really, I congratulate whoever who has thought of this lab and who has created this lab. Again, I congratulate Goldenbee management. Such lab has been created, and in future, this lab is going to will definitely solve the many problems common man is suffering because of different reasons. So I once again request all the teachers who are working here should work on the line of NEP. Initially, it may be difficult. I was just speaking to the principal because NEP, particularly foundational stage of NEP, says that children should not be pressurized on anything. They should be totally free and should think independently. Only the teacher should observe that and see in which line the child is thinking. And even in the stand 1 and 2, there will be no books for the children. Only 2 books will be there. So, and it also stressed the importance of mother tongue. So I was speaking with the principal, can you follow that? Though it is difficult, we will try, but schools in a metropolitan city is difficult. But as you know, that many countries in the world, particularly who have done achieved in science, they all teach their children in mother tongue. Whether it is German, it is France, it is Japan, or whether it's China, who has placed many papers in the world level, global level, all are teaching in their mother tongue. And our forefathers were also have done such experiments and achieved many things, even today we are unable to understand many Vedic books or Vedic this one. We are still researching on that. That is the standard which our Rishis had in the way about the knowledge. So when they can do and many countries can do, definitely we should also do it. So initially it may be difficult, but foundation level teaching should be in the mother tongue only to see that no child will be put pressure to learn other language. And the grasping level in the mother tongue, as we know, will be better than any other languages. So I request all of you to try to switch over to NEP as soon as possible, and the NCF of early education, particularly in the age group of 3 to 8, has been released from the central government, and NCERT is working on the syllabus and the textbook for that early education, which I think will come within another month or 2. And we are thinking in Karnataka to start the early education as suggested by NEP by December 25th, which is the birthday of Atalji. And I think you all will cooperate for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. You just University of Bangalore program. Basically, the program is designed to invite students across the students from 6th standard to 12th standard. There are a lot of entrepreneurs who are coming. Niti Ayog for the latter are taking products from 10 entrepreneurs across the country from the schools who have gone to international business. And also they encourage engage in the schools. So we are launching the program. We have seed fund from government of India. It's called the Startup University, in which we can give 2 to 5 lakhs of students for study in this area. So, Honorable Minister is going to open the event to the public, and we are inviting applications across the city for different criteria, and we found maybe 5 or 10 applications who are great areas in creating business. We also mentor them, we give them cheap money, and we pay them, we track them, we do business. Now let's open again. Again, it is open for all the schools across the city, across Bangalore, and we support that idea. And this is really very difficult. Verification.
Dear distinguished guests,
I request the parents to visit the lab.
Dear distinguished guests and respected dignitaries, we take immense pleasure to announce the gracious presence of Shri P.C. Gandhi, Honorable Minister of School Education and the preceding Government of Karnataka. It is indeed an honorable moment for our school to have your prestigious presence here. And as a token of our appreciation and respect, we would like to honor you.
They are going to vote for president. Actually, you've been allowed to campaign. You go and speak in the classroom. Yes. Why they should vote? Yes. What did you say?
What is your key?
I want to help build up as a group and so that we are serious and always
That's the pitch.
Do you think on your own way that what I have answered to the future? Have you done anything this year? You want to enter old age home in India? You want to enter old age home in India? Why old age home created? Why? Was there any old age home in India?
Before.
never know.
Why now?
Children have to take care of their parents. It should be no
The
encouragement.
responsibility of children to the
Correct.
or of the charity you should give it that
No, parents should children should take care of their parents.
you should.
I request our respected chairman, Dr. We request our respected guests and please be seated for the demonstration and briefing of the junior CEO honors. Let us now understand what junior CEO is all about. We have our students from middle school who will let us understand what the contest is all about. I request the students to please be seated. Good morning, everyone. And we just want to know about this exciting opportunity where you will become the youngest entrepreneur in the country. How interesting. Like what is it to achieve? Well, the focus is to educate school students to come up with innovative startup ideas and promote critical thinking, decision making, leadership, and entrepreneurship. Can we have a plan? Well, I was thinking that these days we see a lot of children and even adults using words which might not be helpful. So we have come up with a startup idea where we produce healthy and finished sweets made of organic ingredients fresh created from the farm. To be a better we need some support and encouragement. And we are seeking rupees 2 to 5 lakhs for our company, Sweet Munch. And we are looking for investors to invest in our company so we can expand our startup and make it available to all. I think I'm interested in your company, but how is this startup idea going to be accepted from the rest? Will provide everything needs for each all the ingredients are freshly obtained from our organic farms. We have provided employment to most of our local farmers living around the park. We have substituted sugar with jaggery, freshly made. Last but not the least, our sweets are homemade, made with lots of love and utmost care. That's impressive. Here's a check of rupees 5 lakhs so you can expand this global initiative even more. Yes. We can now fulfill our dream of being the youngest entrepreneurs in the country. Hurry up! What are you waiting for? The registration is open from today and the last date is November 23rd. bright and shiny, beautiful soul. Thank you is such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched, but it must be felt by heart. On behalf of the management of Goldenbee Global Limited here at Kahari, I am glad to be standing here to express my own thanks. I must mention our deep sense of gratitude to our chief guest, Shri D.C. Nagesh, Honorable Minister of Education and Literacy, Government of Karnataka, for the fact that this schedule has come time to grace this occasion. His songs have truly inspired us. We are grateful to our chairman, Dr. Cecil Madden, who has given our students the grand facility that is going to enhance their learning. I thank our new principal, Ms. Lola Sharma, for her constant support and guidance. I extend my special gratitude to all the distinguished invitees present here for a something heart invitation. My heartfelt thanks to parents, teachers, managers, and patients. Last but not least, I thank all our dear students who presented their demonstrations with vigor and enthusiasm. I see great hope for future in you. Finally, I leave you with this quote by G. Warren Carr. Children are naturally creative. It is our job to give them the freedom, materials, and space to let their creativity blossom to its full potential. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Ma'am, for